Hello, fellow classmates. I'm Camden Nicholson, and I'm here to talk to you today about my infographic and the topic of my infographic. I chose to discuss shark attacks in different parts of the United States. The two infographics I found were the species involved in unprovoked shark attacks in Florida. This was from 1920 to 2012. And the species involved in unprovoked shark attacks in California. This was from 1580 to 2008. I do understand that the dates used in all graphs, pie charts, are very spread apart. I searched to find similar pie charts with similar dates. However, this was the absolute best I could find without running into memes and other useless pie charts. I will be using different regions or states for the type of information I will be providing. So, for the unprovoked shark attacks for Florida, as we take a look at the infographic of unprovoked shark attacks in Florida, I will say the audience for this infographic are the Floridians and those who choose to travel and vacation to the state of Florida. At first glance at the pie chart infographic for the state of Florida, we notice there is a wide variety of colors which correlates to the type of shark attacks used in the pie chart. We can also see percentages outside of certain colors, which correlates to the percentage of shark attacks and unprovoked attacks. The audience who views this pie chart can take away that there are 4 sharks who play a large percentage in unprovoked attacks, which include the bull tip, the bull, the hammerhead, and spinner sharks. Now, moving on to the unprovoked shark attacks in California. The audience for this infographic are the Californians and those who choose to travel and vacation to California. When comparing this infographic to the unprovoked shark attacks in the Florida infographic, I noticed that this automatically looks like an older pie chart. Even without looking at the data of the pie chart, there's not a wide variety of colors in the pie chart. They're very dark colors with the exception of one bright color used. The names and percentages of shark attacks are somewhat blurry. Hopefully they aren't whenever I show it, but it is kind of hard to get the information from this pie chart unless you take a really good, close, long look at it. Most of the shark attacks that happen in California are from white sharks or great white sharks. After doing my own extensive research about shark attacks, I came across the state of Hawaii. Hawaii, like Florida, has a large variety of sharks that swim in its waters. My targeted audience for my pie chart are the people who live in Hawaii and those who wish to travel and vacation to Hawaii and swim in its waters. There are a couple of changes I used while making my pie chart. I added the names of sharks next to the percentages and moved the correlating color and shark to the bottom of the graph instead of having it on the side of my graph. I also used contrasting colors for my graph or pie chart. I'm sorry about that. Moving on to the design discussions. There are a few visual and structural design discussed in class that made me choose and create my own pie chart. In class, we discussed the 8 psychological principles that'll change the way you design. This allowed me to analyze the pie charts of both the unprovoked shark attacks of Florida and the unprovoked shark attacks of California. I focused on how the colors used in both pie charts made myself take in the information. This was one of my sources. According to Cartwright, the dual coding theory, we use illustrations as much as possible while still using verbal messages to fully explain the ideas. With that, I then used the clean up your mess source, which we discussed in class, to criticize both graphs. According to Higginbottom, this is my second source, this source discusses the use of observing, reducing information, visually thinking, It uses proximity and the alignment of the infographic design. While taking in all parts of this source, we notice the lacking parts of symmetry and a large part of reduced information in the unprovoked shark attacks. This was for the unprovoked shark attacks in California. There's little to no information in the pie chart. The numbers are like meshed together, and the words are very hard to read. Moving on to my own infographic. Well, so while making my own infographic, I wanted to get the audience members to understand and to comprehend my infographic easily. Using my third source, Chic, states an infographic is not used to inform your audience, but to also make the experience fun and engaging. So for this, I use contrasting colors to make it easy for my audience to understand the information easily and not have to figure out which colors mean what. I then added the type of shark next to the percentages to help my audience know which shark is responsible for most attacks.